Hi everyone, I'm Kendra with the North Vancouver City Library. Thanks for joining me in our teen poetry writing video series. Today I'm going to tell you about a new poetry form called the Golden Shovel. Golden Shovel poems were invented by the American poet Terrence Hayes, and they're named after the first one he wrote, which is called The Golden Shovel, and he wrote that in 2010. The idea of these poems is to take one line from a different poem by a totally different author, and each word in that line then makes up the last word in each line of your new poem. It's a little bit hard to explain, so we'll look at one together. These poems are often written as a response or a reply to the original poem, or sometimes as kind of a conversation between the two poets or the time periods that they're writing in, but they certainly don't have to be, and they can also just be used as kind of a starting off point. So this example is called Trust, and it's written by Asta Gill, and she's used a line from the poem Perfect by Bo Burnham. And this is exactly how you would want to title and credit a Golden Shovel poem. You always want to include both the author and the name of the original poem. You wouldn't normally include the full line from the original poem like I have here. I've just written it down to make it a little bit easier for us to understand what we're doing. So the line that she used is, "Trust me, perfect should try to be you." And then you can see that by reading the last word in each line, it makes up the same sentence. Trust me, perfect should try to be you. And then for the rest, she's written her own poem. You and I, we started with trust, with you dropping your heart and me catching it, clutching the perfect rhythmic drum that I should not play with, but rather I should try not to break what is already bruised, to duct tape it up and hope that you will be just fine when I return it to you. So I think this is a really interesting example because the original poem, Perfect, is very sweet, it's very earnest and romantic, and the response poem that Asta Gill has written is also romantic and also generally positive, but it has a little bit more of a weight and a seriousness to it. And so it's interesting to kind of think about it as two different people in the same relationship. And maybe one of them is a romantic and one is more of a realist, or one's an optimist and one's a pessimist. And that's just one example. If you're interested in reading more Golden Shovel poems, I highly recommend the book One Last Word by Nikki Grimes. It's a collection of poems all written in the Golden Shovel format. And for each poem, she's used a line from a work by an author during the Harlem Renaissance. It's a beautiful collection, and I highly recommend it.